EliGE, congratulations through to the playoffs. Comeback on Ancient against MongolZ, and then simple domination on Anubis. Just tell me how you're feeling after getting through.
Super happy, really relieved. I'm happy that we were able to make that comeback on Ancients. We know how strong that we can be like on that map on both sides. And then on Anubis, we just showed domination, honestly, like 10-2 half on CT side. Everyone's just playing super well.
Uh, Obviously, you played Ancient against MongolZ, and then you played Anubis against Aurora earlier.
Yeah.
Struggled a bit on Anubis against Aurora. How do you feel like you adjusted in this game to not make that go the same way?
Well, against Aurora, I feel our macro was pretty good. We were in so many advantage situations. I think it was just us being like a little cold, like not doing like the best team play in a lot of those man advantage situations. But yeah, I think that it's a map that we feel really confident on, and we showed that today that we picked it against MongolZ. Looked really good on a CT sided or on CT side when it's a T sided map, and I think yeah, overall we're just showing our best face. I think that we're looking really good and we're leveling up every single stage and every match.
Talk to me as well about that Ancient comeback. Obviously, you were down 1-7, then 7-11. How do you turn it around?
Well, I think that Ancient is a map that can go both ways. We've even practiced them while we've been here before the major started, and we've had practices that went exactly like that, where we struggled super hard on CT side, and then we just owned super hard on T side. So that was kind of in our heads, where we know that we can do this. We know that we can make this comeback. We did it in practice multiple times. We did it yesterday on Ancient against MongolZ. So we just have that confidence that but whatever side it is, that we can win on it, because it's not a map that's super dominant one way or the other, and as long as we're playing well, Finn's calling a great game, that we can beat anybody.
I'm sure you've talked about it a lot in other interviews, but just tell me about playing with Simple, what that's been like for you, especially after this kind of game.
Super fun. I love playing with Sasha. I think that we have a really good chemistry together, and we play off of each other really well. I think that's like anytime that I say like I'm gonna go do this and that, and then he's like, okay, I'm gonna like compliment you by doing whatever it is. I think that like we're all on the same page, and I think on Anubis side is where that shows really well. Like Sasha's just zooming around, just killing everyone left and right, and we're like holding down the fort on the other side. So yeah, I think that like everything is bouncing off of each other really well, and the chemistry showing.
He's very vocal as well. He's calling a lot of plays himself. I know towards the end there, Kerrigan wanted to say something. He kind of had to pause. He was like, let me talk. And then Simple was calling something else. Talk to me about how vocal he's been in the server and how that's helped.
Yeah, he's a very vocal player. I think that's like how operas always should be. I think that they always like need to be, trying to impose their will on the game, like showing what they want to do, how they want to get picks, how they want to have impact on the game. It's the strongest weapon in the game for a reason, and you want that player doing whatever they can to do it. And on T side, the main thing is they have really bad money. They're on the ropes right now. We just have to make sure that we shut them down with whatever pushes that they want to do, because CT side is so difficult on that map. Like, you can't actually hold anything very well, so you have to just find timings to push whenever you're feeling that you're weak on one side. And when you have bad money, it can really feel like there's not really much that you can do.
You've played quite a few matches with him now. Really seems like he's starting to warm up into it. Can you tell me how you've seen him improve since he came back?
I've been saying in like a lot of interviews ever since Dallas that he's been leveling up every single day. Like I see it in practice. He's hitting more shots. I think that macro-wise, he's always been pretty on point with what he wants to do and where he thinks he can get a pick. And I think that he's just building on that confidence every game. And I think the way that we're playing off of each other is giving him like more confidence to be able to do stuff, because obviously if he wants to do whatever play, and if we don't supplement that well, then it's going to be harder for him. So like in the games like where we're struggling, I think that that shows a little bit more. But yeah, I think that Sasha's playing incredible. I think that we have a really good shot at this major, and we're going to see some fun games in the playoffs.
If I take you back about 6 months, I talked to you at the Shanghai Major after you were eliminated. You said you'd do everything you could to make sure that you were in a position to win again this year. How are you feeling about that now, especially after qualifying for playoffs?
Really, I think relief is the best word for it, because this year has been really hard for me. Came into the team wanting to win, and then we just go onto the struggle bus super hard, and it doesn't feel good for me either. I need to be able to do like what I need to play well. A team like has what they need, and we're finding difficulties trying to make it work so we can get to playoffs and win and everything like that. So now after 5-6 months of struggle on the team, making it to playoffs of the major with a real shot at winning this, it feels incredible. I'm really happy about it. Like I really think that we can win this, and yeah, just everything feels much better now.
When this move happened, Kerrigan called it a Hail Mary. How do you feel about that term now in terms of how you guys have performed so far?
It was definitely accurate. I mean, it could have been really bad. Maybe Sasha wasn't going to play like super well, but you could just feel it as soon as like he came back into the game, like how much hunger that he had, like how well that he's playing like in the macro. And I think that the mechanical parts you can always like that back, especially coming from Simple. He's like the best player in the history of Counter-Strike, and he came back really quickly. And I'm happy that it worked out for the upside of that for sure.
It's your first major playoffs since Paris 2023. Obviously, you're the only American player left as well. What does that mean to you to be able to make it and play in front of the home crowd here?
Makes it a lot more special, definitely. I was thinking, I haven't been in the playoffs in a while, and making it on home soil in the U.S., I know that the playoffs are going to be so sick. I think the crowd is going to be, cheering for us super hard. The aura of the team's incredible. Everyone's going crazy. This major's been so fun so far. Everyone's just yelling at each other back and forth. We'll have less of that on the stage because we can't hear each other, but I think that it's really bringing the energy. Everyone has energy in all the matches, and it's been really fun, and I'm really excited for it.
Awesome. Congratulations and thank you again.
Thank you.